Hello fellow coffee botherers, I'm Kev from coffeeblog.co.uk and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Amazon Basics espresso machine. I'm doing this because a fellow coffee botherer told me they'd got one of these and asked me if I thought it was capable of making drinkable espresso or had they wasted their money. So I thought I'd buy one, review it and also see if I can create a bit of a guide for anyone who's already got one of these on using it to pull better shots and to create better textured milk. So this is a very cheap espresso machine, about 60 quid, which is ridiculously cheap for an espresso machine. It's got a 1.25 litre removable water tank. The blurb says it's got a heated cup warmer on the top, but I'm pretty sure that's a mistake and it isn't heated as in having a heating element, but it's just an ambient cup warmer taking the heat from the internals, because if it has actually got a heater it's not very good because it's tepid at best. It has a drip tray which looks okay in terms of capacity, that's removable obviously, but there's no little floaty thing in there to tell you if it's full. This really is a no frills machine as you'd expect for the price. The drip tray cover does slide off when you're wiping it, etc., which I did find a bit irritating, but it's not really a deal breaker for such a cheap espresso machine. It's a 15 bar machine, as the cheaper espresso machines tend to be, and this is because these kinds of machines are designed to use pressurised baskets which work better with higher bar pressure versus the 9 bars of pressure you'd usually expect to find on commercial machines and higher ticket home espresso machines. For more on 15 bar espresso machines and pressurised baskets, by the way, see coffeeblog.co.uk/15 bar. It comes with a small portafilter, which I think is 51mm, but don't quote me on that. And as a lot of these cheaper machines do, instead of having a spring to hold the basket in place, you have this little plastic thing to hold over it when you're knocking it out. And it has this really odd looking contraption, which is a form of panerella, which is basically a sheath that goes over a steam pipe designed to make it easier for people to foam milk. But quite why this one is shaped like that, I'm not sure. And it comes with this plastic tamper and scoop thing, which a lot of the cheaper espresso machines come with. But you can, you can get small tampers which are the exact same size as this. And I'll put a link in the description below, by the way, to these because it's much nicer to tamp with a tamper than with these plastic things. So let's pull the shot. This is my coffee, by the way, the Coffee Works, which you can get from cworks.co.uk. And this is a Barista Smart Scale version 2 I'm using here, by the way, and more about that at coffeeblog.co.uk/Brewista. I'm using the Sage Smart Grinder Pro here. For more on that, see coffeeblog.co.uk/SGP. You'll struggle to get more than 12 grams in these little portafilters, so I'm going for 12 grams and a slightly bigger brew ratio than I'd normally go for, of around 1:3 extraction, or maybe just over. So from 12 grams of ground coffee I'll get around 36, 40, maybe slightly more grams of espresso. You can see that's flowing fairly fast, but it looks good. Nice thick crema as you'd normally get with pressured baskets, 15 bars of pressure. But does it taste apart? That's the question. And the answer is definitely not. This tastes horrible. I know what this coffee should taste like. It's my own coffee. It's lovely stuff, and this tastes all manner of bad, and I think I know why. Let's have a look at that puck. You can see a crater has been gouged into the puck of coffee, and this is why. The 15 bars of pressure combined with the steam pressure, as the temperature stability is poor with this machine and it overheats, produces this aggressive pressured water which batters through the coffee in jets and creates awful channeling. Channeling is something that happens when water finds its path of least resistance through the coffee, and where there are channels, some of the coffee is over extracted and some of it's under extracted, and you end up with bad tasting espresso basically. Channeling is one of the most common causes of bad taste in espresso. While you might occasionally get a little bit of channeling for various reasons, an unlevel tamp, a rubbish basket, a tamper which doesn't quite fit the basket, and various other reasons, with this machine it's simply this aggressive angry water causing the channeling, and you're never going to get good tasting espresso with channeling like this. So can this be helped on this machine? Let's see. So I'm doing everything the same this time, except I'm doing a cooling flush. A cooling flush is just where you press a shot button and let water flow through the group, and the coffee ready light should go off, indicating that the temperature has dropped, and then I'll pour the shot. And the result, it looks the same, it still looks good. Yeah, it tastes slightly better. Not massively better, but it's definitely slightly better tasting shot. So let's have a look at the puck. There's still channeling, but it's not quite to the same degree. This doesn't taste great. It isn't a great tasting shot, but there's definitely an improvement over the shot without the cooling flush. So to get slightly better tasting espresso with this cheap machine, or slightly less horrible tasting shots, just pull some water through the group to bring the temperature down a bit, and then get the shot pulled before it overheats again. So that's it for espresso. What about milk? Let's have a go at using this weird looking Panarello fire extinguisher thing. Okay, so it's taken a while. It doesn't feel like this machine has a great deal of steam power, but it is getting there. Did you ever make bubble paintings as a kid? Okay, that's not too bad, actually. I found using this Panarello a bit weird, but the results not too terrible. Now let's try it with the big fire extinguisher Panarello thing removed and using a pipe underneath like a standard steam wand. Talk amongst yourselves, this may take a while. It's looking okay, it's getting glossy, but it's really taking its time. There isn't a great deal of steam power here, it's quite slow. We're finally about there, and this has taken about 1 minute and 35 seconds, so not quick, looks okay though. Okay, not bad. Better than with the fire extinguisher Panarello thing. Okay, so as you saw, in terms of espresso, this very low-cost espresso machine does have a major flaw. This angry water that wants to completely obliterate the puck of coffee. But as you saw, it's possible to slightly improve the temper of this angry water with a cooling flush and therefore reduce the channeling a bit and improve the taste a bit, but I've not been able to get rid of it altogether. And as you can see, it's possible to get okay milk texture with this machine, either with the fire extinguisher Panarello or with it removed, but you'll probably want to steam your milk first or your espresso will be cold by the time you're done with it. If you've not bought one of these yet, honestly, I wouldn't recommend it, simply because of this major flaw with the espresso and because of how long it'll take to steam milk. If you're on a budget about this cost, personally, I'd argue that it's unlikely that anyone's going to be able to make an espresso machine at around 60 quid, which is going to be up to much. The Swan Retro espresso machine I reviewed recently is still a very cheap machine, about 20 or 30 quid more than this. It too suffers a bit from overheating, but the difference is there that that one has a thermometer so you can see what the temperature is. And the steam power is a lot better on that machine. The Grand Gadget I also removed recently, nearly double the price of this, 115 quid, but in my humble opinion, the espresso and the steam power is a lot better with that machine. There's the DeLonghi EC146, which is just under 100 quid, which is apparently capable of okay espresso, although I've not tried that machine myself. That machine is one of the only machines I know of at around about that price that comes with a standard basket, not a pressure basket, which makes it interesting for the price, so I will try that at some point. The only other suggestion I'd make for a low-cost espresso machine is to go down the route I did when I started off and to buy a used pre-2009 Gadget Classic. If you're lucky, you can get them for around about 150 quid on eBay. But if you read coffeeblog.co.uk/GC old model, I'll give you some tips in that post about buying a used classic. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. And if you enjoyed this video, why not click here to watch another one? What else are you going to do with your time? If you've not subscribed to my channel yet, click this image around here somewhere to subscribe to my channel. Tatty bye. Oops. Oh, the Swan Retro.